No, I'm not mocking you. It's Mocking with You, the podcast that settles the debates once and for all with your host, Lil B, and the hater.
Hello and welcome to the Mocking with You podcast. We're bringing you our first round mock draft before the NFL draft next Thursday. Super excited, but we also have an amazing guest. We have my brother, Big B, is back. We were supposed to have Connor on as well, but he had a doctor's appointment to take his little girl to. So obviously family comes first. So we appreciate Connor trying to get on this week, but we'll definitely get him on soon. But we have the first round draft with the Barnelli brothers and Chris. How we're going to do this tonight, or today, sorry, tonight my time, today everybody else's time, is that we're going to be rotating picks. So we did a randomizer before the draft. Mike, Big B got the first pick. I had the second pick. Chris has the third pick, and we'll just start over with Mike having the fourth pick, making it easier instead of trying to do teams and everything else. It became too complicated, so we keep this simple. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. I know Mike has the hardest pick here with the Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah.
With the number one pick overall. I don't know what they're going to do here. So we'll go ahead and put the Chicago Bears on the clock.
Already? All right, the Bears take Harrison Mevis. No, I'm joking. No, obviously, we have to go Caleb Williams here.
Yeah. I don't think, like, everybody knows it's Caleb Williams. There's nothing sexy about it's sexy, obviously, whatever, but I mean, everybody knows it by this point. Definitely since the Justin Fields trade, we know what the Chicago Bears are doing here. Unlike last year with all the quarterbacks, we really didn't know who the number one QB was gonna be. But this year we know who it is. We know who's going here. And I know there's a lot of love and hate here. I know you both love Caleb Williams. I'm a little lower on him after his last year's tape, but you guys aren't concerned about Caleb Williams, are you?
I'm a little concerned. I'm concerned about the attitude. I'm concerned about the off-the-field stuff. But when this guy is on the field and he has a good offensive line, not him, but Bears build a good offensive line to build around this guy. And that was his problem at USC. And he got, he would take a snap and get sacked back there. Wouldn't have to run around for his life.
Hey,
now, we saw with Justin Fields the same thing.
No,
Go ahead, Mike.
I heard some stats about Chicago's offensive line, and I feel like their problems are really, really overplayed. Like, if you look at them, I think off run pro and pass pro, like, they were both, I think, top 10.
Yeah,
like their offensive line was way better than people are giving them credit for.
It was Justin Fields. Everybody wanted to blame the O-line. It was Justin Fields. Justin Fields scrambling and moving around and not staying where he should got him in trouble more than his offensive line did.
Well, that's a buy-in thing then.
Yeah, probably. But I'm down for Caleb. He has the highest upside. Now, his floor could be low if it doesn't all work out. But, I mean, I wish he could have a year to sit and learn. But, I mean, I also think it's good for him to get his feet thrown into the fire and, learn on the fly.
Yeah.
But I think his upside's untapped, man.
I mean, you are looking at the next potential guy who is ever close enough to be into Patrick Mahomes. He could be the next Patrick. He has all the tools to become Patrick Mahomes. But as we said, he probably has the lowest ceiling, or not ceiling, the lowest floor out of all these quarterbacks, I think. Like, he could be the guy, or he could be the next bust. But with the number 2 pick, we have the Washington Commanders. I'm taking my quarterback one, who I love, and I'm shocked that I loved him as much. I'm curious on where they go here, but I'm taking the LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels for the Washington Commanders right here. I think this is exactly what the Commanders are looking for. This is a QB that can make this team great. He can move with his legs, and he has a cannon of an arm. He can put it on the dot. Obviously, he had a great wide receiving core with 2 guys who are going to go in the first round, most likely in this draft. But they have a good wide receiver core and Washington. So
Yeah, I like Jim Daniels right there, but my only concern is he takes a lot of hits. A lot of hits. If you see some of the hits he took at LSU, man, they were
yeah,
not.
everybody said the same thing about Bryce Young, but Bryce Young never got hurt. Neither
Right.
did Jaden.
And he had great toughness. I'm not saying he can take a hit and give a hit, too.
I mean, it obviously might shorten his career like Cam Newton. Don't get me wrong. You might get 7, 8 years and he might go out. But if it's 7, 8 great years, is it worth the first round pick?
No.
Hey,
All right, I got New England.
It's the pick
Go
in real
ahead.
life. So I mean, it's a good pick. It's a good pick.
It is. It will be. I think I've heard a lot of rumors, but they're locked in on Jim Daniels at team. So
All right, what do you got for
I
me?
get the privilege. I get the privilege of picking my favorite quarterback in the draft, Blake May.
Ooh, do you think I am curious on what the Patriots do because the Patriots rumors are that they're willing to trade pick 3. So
Right.
do they just not love May or McCarthy here, or is it that they know that this team is way a quarterback, not a quarterback, way and just gather more picks for the future?
That's why
I,
they have a little more picks.
I got a push this morning that said that they haven't been overly impressed with the offers they're getting for 3, and they're both kind of okay with taking May or McCarthy at 3.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind May. I think and I wouldn't be shocked if it's McCarthy. May would be my choice here, obviously, because I like May a lot. But I wouldn't be shocked if it's McCarthy draft night.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't surprise me given the history of this organization with Michigan. I'm
Yeah,
Tom Brady.
yeah.
So
They've
yeah,
always been a Michigan man too. They've always drafted a lot of
they
Michigan
have
players over there. So
they have a lot of Michigan players that line and a couple of Michigan guys.
defense has a
The
couple of Michigan guys.
defense, yeah, they like Michigan there.
So I'll be curious. All right, Mike, you got the Arizona Cardinals. This would be the first draft pick you would wanted to trade, wouldn't it have been?
This is the one I would have traded. Yep. Everyone wants to say historically 4 quarterbacks haven't gone in the top 9 or whatever. I mean, it's going to happen this year. Like
It will.
4 or 5 are going to get traded, and someone's going to take the quarterback.
Yeah.
But since we said that it's too convoluted to try to do all that with our draft, I'm going to have to go with who I think Arizona would select if they stay here. And obviously, the son of the GOAT, I'm going to go Marvin Harrison Jr. here.
Yeah. Maserati Harrison, man, you can't he could be the next Larry Fitzgerald for the Arizona Cardinals.
He would be. Yeah.
I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying he could be if you can keep him for 15 years like you did with Larry is what I was trying to get to, hint towards.
No, I mean,
All right.
they'll do it the future with Kyler and just give him a weapon.
Kyler's not a bad. I mean, Kyler needs to focus a little bit, but he's not a bad quarterback. I mean, I would argue he's top 15 quarterbacks, and you can win with the top 15 quarterback.
Yeah, this is coming from a guy who did not like how Tyler moving in and out. So
No,
amazing.
I mean, I've grown to respect him a little bit more. I'm not like, am I saying he's an amazing? No, but I've grown to respect. He does have a good arm, and he is a good scrambler.
Yeah,
But
you
all right,
get survivor. Okay, go ahead. Who's playing with my Cardinals here? Don't let me
I
down.
know, dude. This is hard because who knows what Jim Harbaugh and everybody's gonna do. This is where I think another trade could happen for one of the quarterbacks if nobody gets to 4. But as of right now, and knowing what Jim Harbaugh wants to build, I really don't think they're gonna go with the best wide receiver. I think they'll build in the later rounds with this draft. So I'm gonna build where he wants to build with the run game, and I'm gonna take Joe Alt, the offensive tackle from Notre Dame.
What? What?
Joe Alt, the offensive tackle from Notre Dame. I didn't stutter. Just
No,
because he's
all in
second.
the hold on, all in the Asians say that they're not going to draft the offensive tackle here.
Or who's saying that?
The GM and Jim Harbaugh.
Okay, so they're taking that's called a smoke screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't trust that. Joe Alt, lock it in.
This is terrible.
You just because you want Malik
This is
Neighbors.
this is this is an absolute travesty of justice. You're taking a low floor here, a high floor, low ceiling.
You guys need to
Hold
put.
on.
You want to build a run game. That is what Jim's gonna want to do. So he's gonna take the offensive tackle. He can build. He can get a wide receiver in the later round and be happy. Yeah, I know. You got to scroll. Keep scrolling. There he
Sorry,
is.
no, but it was getting slow.
Keep scrolling.
When they scroll past these guys that I wanted and take the other guy.
Well, I want you to be
I would have
prepared
been
for
fine. I
Thursday
would have
night.
been fine with the Doomsday. I would have been fine with neighbors, but Joe Alt is the guy that I will break my screen.
I don't think you're taking a wide receiver, bud. So you might want to sit down and be ready for that.
How, you know what? I wouldn't even be fine if we put an egg.
Yeah,
But
because
goodness
you Bosa
gracious.
and Max. All right, bud.
Both
Who do
of
you got for the
go ahead,
Giants?
Mike. Oh, wait,
No, you're
sorry,
up.
it's me.
Yeah.
Now, this is another one where this is the number one guy here. The Giants have a lot of good number two. Darius Slayton is good.
They
You
also
know,
need a quarterback.
they need a quarterback. But all in the NC that they're not in the quarterback.
So stupid.
Well, they're kind of married to Daniel Jones with a contract.
They are. They paid him all that money. Like,
Well,
you
no,
can't
you're
just
not.
don't get.
The teams have proven that doesn't mean shit anymore. Their teams are look at Russell
Yes,
Wilson, look at Aaron Rodgers. Teams are willing to eat that contract to get out of it if they need to.
you're right. You're right. You're right. This is true. But realistically, I think that I don't know what I mean. No neighbors there. I don't think you pass them up. To me, he is one of the most hit miss prospects in this draft.
No, I get it. I don't mind it. All right, so we got Malik Neighbors to the New York Giants, which puts the Tennessee Titans on the clock, and Thad is not here for the pick. So what is Big B gonna do for him?
I don't know. I hate that you took Joe Alt because I feel like I would have gone there. That would have been the easy pick. But now that you took Alt off the board,
Yeah, I got you.
I'm just kind of
But you
like
another quarterback.
yeah. Well, they improved their wide receiving core. They got Calvin Ridley this offseason.
They still have D Hop.
Yeah, but they got D
Oh,
Hop
they
and
do.
they got Treylon Burks. They signed Tony Pollard. They added
Who's
some
their tight end?
corners. Their tight ends is that Okowanko or whatever. The guy
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
Olanto.
He's I kind of like him. He's athletic.
I do
like
too.
him.
I thought they
I like him out
signed
of
another
college.
tight end for some
And
reason.
they have Josh Weil too, who I liked coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
But
right.
I thought they signed another veteran like a Hooper or something like that this offseason.
No, that was because
But I still feel like there's maybe Neighbors right there is so tempting. Oh no, you took Neighbors. I didn't cross them off my list.
up them is tempting.
Yeah. But
I like his body. I feel like D-Hop is still getting is better, but he's getting older. He's got insurance at
D-Hop
that
is old.
division.
D-Hop is getting older. It's just depending on where your belief is with Treylon Burks and what you think Burks is going to become.
Took no defense here. I still think that they need some help on the
They still
defensive
need more
side.
offensive line help too. Their offensive line is still missing pieces.
I just feel like you can't pass him up if he's. I just give him Rome Dunze. I feel like you can't pass up Rome. On my big board,
those are the three hit miss wide receivers in my opinion.
Yeah. So there's an obvious pick here. Like they brought in Kirk Cousins, so they got the quarterback. No, they got Kirk Cousins, so they got the quarterback for the next couple of years. So they're not going to take a quarterback here. They have offensive line needs. They have defensive line. They have defensive needs. There's always the number one guy, and it's just that guy that makes the most sense. We all know it's going to happen. I'm not as high on him. I know Chris is not as high on him either, but we know this is the pick. It's just this is the easy lock it in. Dallas Turner, edge Alabama to Atlanta Falcons. It's what's
No,
going to
I love
happen.
So
that pick.
boring.
I love that pick.
So boring.
It is boring. And
Love
I
that
don't.
pick. No. Fantastic pick. It's exactly what
I
they need. They
They
need
do
that
I
guy
need.
he's
off
not a,
the
he does
edge.
he's not a pressure guy though. He doesn't get to the quarterback like every other top edge
It
rusher.
doesn't
First,
matter though. I mean, he's good at what he does, and he does it at a high level. Just
I
because you
get
Plans
don't
that.
to
get
run well.
sacks look pretty on the stat sheet, but like everything else Dallas does outside of getting the pretty numbers is what your team needs off the edge. He sets
It's
the edge.
true.
He's good against the run. He gets pressures, hurries, like he does everything you need. Heaven forbid he doesn't actually make contact with the quarterback and bring him to the ground. Like
I get what you're
those
saying, but I'm
the
saying
sack numbers will come, but like everything else he
I
does
don't think they
is
will.
beautiful.
I think the other two edge rushers are better at getting to the quarterback and just as good as setting the edge in the run. I just think they're better
Mm,
pass
I,
rushers.
I, I think that I think that Dallas is the best run defender in this draft.
But it's done. Like I said, it's the pick. It's gonna happen. It's just lock it in, so it's no big deal. But we do have Chris on the clock with the Chicago Bears, and obviously with the first pick of the Bears, it was Caleb Williams.
Wait, is it me or is it you?
It's you, dude. It's every other pick. It's not a hard concept to pick up.
No,
I tried to get a few picks.
I thought this team picked it for the Falcons. Sorry.
Oh,
No,
jeez.
sir. I took Rome for Tennessee. Matt took Dallas.
Oh
Turner.
man, here this is hard here. What is it do?
Yeah, with the wide receivers off the board now, I don't think they need a
You
wide
know
receiver as
what?
much anymore because they have DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, and then I like Cole Kmet. So
We're trying to build an offensive line here, and I'm looking right here at this Penn State offensive tackle.
yeah, go ahead and
And
try to say that name
you
for me.
It's Olu Fashanu, man.
Asunu.
Yeah.
Asunu.
I'm talking about his first name, not his last name.
I'm not trying.
Yeah, that's why you say Olu. Say Olu.
Olu.
Olu. That's his.
Olu Asunu.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what I'm
my
saying.
number one tackle. I literally like Olu, and I think this would be good with Darnell Wright on the right tackle, and then Olu on the left, really solidifying that
Hey,
offensive
but
line.
the only thing I don't see with is that Braxton Jones isn't that bad.
He's not that bad,
Yeah,
but if
he's
you can
not.
upgrade it, Olu could probably move in, or Braxton you can move into the guard.
The thing is, though, is like you're saying that like Rasheed Walker for the Packers, like could you get a better upgrade? Sure, but like you're not too bad with the young guy that proven that he can play the position. Like
No,
that's
you're
what the
right, but
Bears have with Jones.
it's probably who's your best player? Do you go one of the edges then over here and help with put somebody on Sweat on the other side of Sweat? Then?
I mean, I don't know. I probably, but I mean, I probably would have taken Olu too, just because of the position and value. And yeah, I mean, you could upgrade Jones. It's just I was playing devil's advocate where they might not go tackle with that pick.
No, I get it.
They might. They might not. They go edge. It's going to go edge. Yeah,
I
like you
like that
said.
pick. I have no problem with that pick, but I could see them going edge if the wide receivers aren't there because obviously they don't need one as bad as right now because they got Allen, but Allen is old and it's only a 1 year rental. So do you try if Rome or Neighbors or one of those guys are there? Do you take them?
And possibly it's them trying to get out of this pit.
Yeah, easily. I could see it.
There's a point of that. There's been hurting still sitting right here at
that
9
could easily be where the
or
Bears
8.
try to trade out of the top 10, gather some more picks, and let a team go and get the quarterback.
For sure. I see
But
that
all right,
too.
yeah.
All right,
Mike, you're back on the clock with the Jets.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. Oh, wow.
Easy.
Oh, wow.
I don't think Brock Bowers is. I think Brock Bowers is falling. I think Brock Bowers is going to be more 15 pass. I don't think Bowers is going top 10, top 15 anymore. I really do think his stock is falling.
No, you take Bowers. Easy.
Well, this one's easy too. Like this one screams. I don't even need to say it, but I'm going to say it. JJ McCarthy, the Minnesota Vikings are probably running up to the fucking podium right now to announce this pick.
How excited are they that they didn't have to try and trade anything to get to him?
Yeah, if this, I mean, that's the problem. Like right now with no trades, like this is what's going to happen. I don't see any of those other teams. Maybe the Giants is the only other team in the top 10 that could take a quarterback that would leave the Minnesota Vikings out of not having to move up too far. Like I could see the Minnesota Vikings jumping into 9, grabbing JJ to make sure nobody else gets them, and maybe just trade 9 and their other first round pick and calling it done and being done with this draft, and walking away happy with this draft.
You know what? You know who's pissed off?
The Denver Broncos.
Denver was pissed off. If they were on the phone, they're trying to call everybody. They couldn't get a phone. They couldn't get through. Nobody likes Sean Payton.
Yeah, I think Denver. If Denver takes one of the other two, I think they're just stupid.
They're trying to get him out of here. They're trying to get out of this pit. Well, let's get out of this pit. There's no place when there's not. Sorry, people. But I'm looking at a guy right here, and I'm thinking, man, what makes the Denver Broncos so good? That pass rush. That pass rush made it them so good, and I'm taking Garrett Bowles here.
Yeah, I love that. I love verse. And that puts Mike on with the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm seeing too much smoke with some of these quarterbacks. There has to be some fire. All right.
I get it.
And I feel like if you have your guy, you shoot your shot. However, what the hell was that news that was shared in the group chat about Aiden O'Connell would have been a first-round pick this year in this draft class?
I know. Like I was like, what?
Someone's smoking crack, by the way. Who's smoking crack?
Are people trying to get, like, are the Raiders trying to get somebody to trade for Aiden O'Connell? Like, what the?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, someone made that article up and was like, how can we get teams that trade for this guy? Oh, and he was in this black, he's in the first round. Nothing was not stopping.
So Aiden O'Connell's proven that he's just a statue with no arm. So I'm going to take the statue with an arm, and I'm going to take Michael Penix Jr. here for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Ooh, whoa!
I tell you what, Michael Penix Jr. is my least favorite quarterback in this draft. He's the guaranteed bust. 100% guaranteed.
Oh,
bust.
I don't know if he's guaranteed.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No,
Guaranteed bust. I don't care. Put it on the marker. Save this clip. I don't care. Michael Penix Jr. is guaranteed bust material. The dude has fucking falls apart as soon as any pressure. He was successful because one of the best offensive lines in college, and as soon as he played any defense that put pressure in his fucking face, he crumbled. He's going to have to face that every week in and out in the NFL, and he's going to suck, and he's going to fall apart.
But he gets to sit
for
a year.
I like him. He's going to get to sit for a year.
He's not going to be able to sit for a year. The Raiders just took him in the first round. He's what? Sitting behind
Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell play. Aiden, their new coach is not going to be able to sit there and watch Aiden O'Connell suck. He's going to have to. He's the first-year starting head coach. Last year he was taken over as an intern. This is his first year as a head coach, active, true head coach. He's going to not be able to sit there. He's going to have to start Penix because Aiden O'Connell is a statue with no arm. It's going to have to happen. Penix is going to fall apart, and they just wasted a first-round pick.
You know what? They still got Devontae Adams, but Devontae Adams is still the best wide receiver in the game.
And they signed Gardner Minshew. So, like, Gardner can mentor Penix for a year, 8 games, 12 games, whatever they want to do before they throw Penix out there.
I think it was no Gardner Minshew.
Penix shouldn't need to sit a year.
The Raiders
played 18 years in college.
The Raiders are in a no-win situation right now. They're not in a rush to try to make anything happen.
You
So
don't take a 26-year-old quarterback. I know he's not 26. I'm over exaggerating. You don't take an old injury-prone quarterback and have him
In
sit.
fact, this
You
is
don't.
24.
Yeah, he is 24. He'll be 20. I think he's like 25
Hey, you
mid-season.
know what the Davis is like. They see the flash.
They
And
do.
Penix, that lefty arm throwing 60-yard bombs, that's a lot of flash, man.
That
Yeah, it
is
is.
what they do. And they did have a quarterback who was left-handed for a long time and Vic the Saints. All right.
Yeah.
What is it? I think
Who?
the Saints are up right here. Oh, I'm sorry.
I would say
I
it's
think.
my pick there. Mike Penix.
Will
That's
be.
my pick. I don't know what the Saints need. The Saints need everything. I'm sorry. Like, what do the Saints have? Like, really sit
That's
there
a
and tell me
line. They need.
they need offensive line. They need defense. They need they need wide receivers. They need tight
I really
ends.
do think that they're fat at corner. They don't got good corners.
That's about it. They do have good corners. This is not where I would take a corner. But you know who I take here? Because I love him and I think he's rising up the boards and he is going to go in the top 15. And their edge guys getting a little old. They really didn't. The last time they took an edge, it didn't work out. But give me Lat 2 UCLA edge rusher.
So I was on Bill's mock yesterday, and they said that there's a medical red flag on him.
Yeah, he came back clear. Had no
In
problems with
that
the combine.
clear, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if I'm the Saints, it wouldn't bother the Saints. I still think they would pick him anyways.
I mean, him and Cameron Jordan for a year. It'd be scary as hell. All right, Chris, you
All
got the
right,
Indianapolis Colts.
man. The Colts. What the Colts need? They don't need a quarterback.
Uh, they could use a corner. Who's their corner?
Quarterback. I'm saying they don't need a quarterback. You're right. And you know what? You're right. I do think they need a corner, and they got the best corner on the board here. Well, it depends what you think.
No,
If you think
I think
Mitchell's
most
the
people would
best
argue,
corner,
will agree that Arnold's the true number one corner. Mitchell's just the flash in the
if you
pan
want the
guy because of the
flash,
combine.
if you want the flash, if you want the speed, you're taking Mitchell. But I'm taking Arnold. I'm taking the guy who is from a blue blood school and has been raised up to play against elite wide receivers.
All
Yeah,
right,
Arnold.
Mike, you're up.
Boom.
Seattle Seahawks.
No, I like that Arnold pick. That's a good pick. I like that. The problem here with the damn Seahawks is that they're squared away in a lot of places. And they added through free agency the holes that they had. So now it's
BPA, and
yeah,
it's
that's
freaking, and it's good old whatever his name is, the general manager. You never know what he's gonna do.
yeah.
John Schneider, there it is. John Schneider
Yeah.
is he's probably the worst first round draft pick. So just find the worst name that shouldn't go in the first round and just say that because that's what John Schneider does.
Honestly, putting Mitchell screams Seahawks.
Well, I'm gonna just take who I think the best offensive tackle is here because I think their line was kind of shitty. And like the names that they have on their depth chart don't really aspire too much, especially at the right tackle. So, and I think just taking J.C. Latham there to lock up right tackle for them would be a really good
I
pick.
love Jason Latham. I love that. I thought you were going another route. I love that you were J.C. Latham. I really like that pick by you.
I'm putting it there.
Yeah, I really like J.C. Latham. Yeah, because I mean, how is their left tackle panning out? They took 2 years ago.
Charles Cross.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cross. Who's hitting
I'll
this?
just yeah, I'm thinking that they're not.
You don't abandon yet. I just couldn't remember how he's doing.
I mean, you can put a link on that at right tackle and be happy about it. He's great in the run game. He's a monster in the run game.
All right, so I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars actually need a lot. Like, okay, they could probably look at some. I know they need corners. I know they need a wide
They really
receiver.
need offensive line.
They need offensive line. They need they. There's a lot that they actually need. This team is missing a lot of holes.
Yeah, like receiver, tight end,
Yeah,
not
but
tight end.
I think this is just a Jaguar pick. They're gonna want the flash. They're gonna want a name that sounds sexy, and I'm taking Mitchell, the Toledo corner. I just feel like this is a Jacksonville Jaguar pick.
Interesting.
I like Mitchell. I get why people are high on him, and I get why people are low on him. He is a boom or bust type of player. He did get beat when he played some better guys, but he is big, physical, and fast. If you can work out all the kinks, he could be a very good player. Ooh, what you gonna do for Tyler here? What are you gonna do for the Cincinnati Bengals, Chris?
You know what? I'm looking at this, and if I'm man, you really need two things here. And the offensive lineman here, and then the line. Then someone to put next to Clay Hendrickson. And I'm looking at Byron Murphy and I'm thinking, man, that's a guy who can.
Mike was not happy with that. He had a little comment for that one.
I'm thinking Byron Murphy here.
Mike, that was Mike's pick for the Rams, I believe.
It was.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm just looking at. I'm seeing the value of Byron
But
Murphy.
didn't they take
In that,
Miles Murphy? Miles Murphy's the edge. Not
yeah, so the Byron Murphy's inside. So then the inside guy, I believe what's his name is in the last year of his contract. The nose tackle.
What Reader? Didn't they sign Reader or something like that?
Yeah.
Didn't he get hurt? I mean, I think it was another thing. He got
Three
hurt.
times, like 3 times.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that pick. I like Murphy a lot, so that's a good pick. All right, Mike, what do you got for the Rams? There's an obvious choice that Rams fans are screaming for at this right here. If you follow or listen to any of the Rams fans, there's one guy that they're like sitting on the moon would shit a brick if he was here, and would be mad if they didn't take him.
The pounded table pit.
Oh,
Everybody has
pounded
the pounded table
Rams
pit.
fan.
Yeah.
Rams fans
Yeah.
are pounding the
It's
table
like when
right
you
now.
put Phil over
Oh
with
yeah,
white
I fucking
shoes.
pissed.
Completely pissed me off.
Yeah, no, there's a pick right now. If Alexis or oh, I'm so sorry, I can't think of his name right now. If they're watching and tuning in, they're pounding the table for a certain player.
I don't know who that is.
It's Edge, is what the hint I'll give you.
Edge.
He destroyed Michigan.
Oh.
He made Michigan abandon the run, or not the run, but the pass.
Oh. Yeah. No, I like him here.
I don't know. Is that more important than a left tackle?
I think it might be that. Yeah.
Well, the problem is Stafford's last year. So, do you protect him or do you worry about the future? Because Stafford's not coming back next year. This is
Well, he's still going to need a left tackle no matter what.
True, but I mean, if you don't have a quarterback, do you worry about the left tackle or do you worry about the BPA? I mean, it's BPA here, I think.
Well, I mean, BPA would be my left tackle. Talisi Fuaga. Talisi
Fuaga is not a left tackle. Oh God. I don't think Talisi Fuaga is even a first round, second round, or third round pick. This dude is.
That's a hot take right there.
Talisi Fuaga.
You're talking about a guy who can go into a club.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't grab anybody. He uses his forearms to block. I don't get it with this guy. Oh God, he doesn't block. I don't get the Talisa Fuaga pick. Thank God, he'd be the one I'd be pissed off if he fell in the pack.
Hey, you could throw him anywhere, and he could probably stick. That's what I like about him. You could throw him anywhere, he could probably stick. I know the Rams' offensive line's pretty set besides left tackle, so let Fuaga fail at left tackle.
Jeez, the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Oh God, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't even know what they truly need right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers could use a little bit of everything. They could use they only have Pickens right now. They traded away good old Deontay. They could use more offensive line. They could use some defensive help because they only and corner help. And that's where I this is I think the sleeper spot for this player. And I know it's like this is the pick. This is the player that a lot of Packer fans want us to come get or fall to us. But I really think this is a sleeper, easy. This makes a Steeler player. And I'm taking Cooper DeJean, the cornerback / safety, here for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Interesting. I think a lot of Packers, sorry, Pittsburgh Steelers fans would be mad that there's no tackle there. Well, at least inside, they really need the inside guy.
There's enough guys inside that I think they'll easily get in the second round. I think you take the better player and you just get the offensive line guy in the second.
Okay, there's a guy right here that's screaming at me, and I watched him play with Michael Penix Jr. and I'm like, this guy is the guy. This guy never got beat too often. He's great in the run game, and I'm talking about Troy, but not him. And what's the name? I'm sorry.
I like that pick. No, that's a good pick.
Yeah, that's good.
He's another guy you can probably throw anywhere.
Austin Jackson in the last year of his contract, I want to say. And then the right tackle was more important than the offense than the left. All right, Nicky.
Eagles.
Fly.
Eagles, fly.
They kind of just go wherever.
Right?
Yeah,
they don't really have.
I mean, who's the best Georgia player on the board? They're Georgia Northern.
Mims.
Hold on.
Mims.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm talking. I know you're good. You're good. Go do what you gotta do. I'm talking for you. Mike has to take care of some stuff really quickly. No, we'll let him. The wife is sick and the kid is sick, so he needs a second. But yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles here, they could easily go. I mean, they could use corner help. They could use
corner. I think they put a corner a couple years ago, but
they're getting old.
Their secondary, I really think it was one of the reasons why it got.
They're off. I mean, there's not a center. I mean, I don't know where they're gonna. I guess Cam Jurgens is gonna replace Kelsey.
Yes, I mean, it's no inside here. It's no let me bring up the menu here. Jackson, Alex Johnson, Zach Frazier right here. Those are all first round
I don't
talents
think
in my
Zach
opinion.
Frazier is going in round one. His raw score is like a 6. And a lot of GMs love that. And
you're talking about the Eagles, though. They don't care about
they care about Roz. Don't act like they don't. Look at all their first round draft picks. They're always the high Roz.
It's Raz.
Jackson Powers Johnson.
I don't like Jackson.
In my opinion.
You're going from the strongest, nastiest offensive or center in the NFL. If you took Jackson Powers, you're going to the weakest guy who never blocks. He is always standing in the middle of the field, not blocking anybody. You're going from the complete opposite of what.
So the consensus is from everybody that he's a first round pick except for Little B.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a first round pick.
Nate Wiggins. Just go Nate Wiggins.
But don't Clemson again here. I think they picked Clemson before.
No, Georgia before. They always
didn't they pick that corner? Okay. Didn't they pick that corner a couple years ago in Clemson?
No.
Yes, they did. They did.
Who?
They did.
No.
I'm trying to remember his name. Hold on.
The last time
go ahead.
Went to Minnesota, the team that's on the clock.
Oh, that was him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
God, Minnesota. Minnesota needs a lot. Their defense is just thrashed right now. Their offensive line can be upgraded. They have wide receivers. We don't know what's
This
going to
black
happen
is a
with JJ.
quarterback.
I got them their quarterback with JJ McCarthy. They have decent weapons in TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, and Justin Jefferson. So running back, they got Aaron Jones. So the offense is good. They could use an offensive line upgrade. They could use some defensive grade. You took my favorite pick in Murphy there. I would have took probably with this second pick. None of the edge guys. You know what? I'm talking myself into it. They need somebody to go get the quarterback. Go ahead and go get me Chop Robinson from Penn State.
Yeah, if they put Crop here, the
He's on the top. He doesn't go by Chop. It's the man. Yeah.
you know what? I was looking at Robinson and I was thinking of the Missouri guy.
Yeah. I do that every damn time, so don't worry.
Okay. No, I really love that pick. This is a guy who is all over the place. He's everywhere at one time, it seems.
Yeah. It's definitely, if the Minnesota Vikings really can walk away with the edge and a quarterback without having with not having to trade move up, I think the Vikings win this. Walk away with day one really happy.
Yeah, that's talking about the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. All right, who's you got
Okay.
here for?
I got them boys, don't I?
Yep. Oh, Mike gets the Green Bay Packers too. He's
I'm
shaking his
looking
head all
at
happy.
them and I'm thinking here, I'm just like,
Please take.
who would the Cowboys always mystify me with the picks. They put Tyler
Yeah,
Smith, and then the last year they put, who was
Mozzie
it?
Smith. Mozzie.
Martin Smith. A guy that had a third round grade on.
Who's the
It's
best Michigan player
unbelievable.
that shouldn't go in the first round? Because they love taking their Michigan defenders in the first that shouldn't. Taco and Charleston, and then Mozzie Smith. Now who's the next one?
You know what?
Oh,
Know who
I
I'm
fucked
you
up.
know what I'm looking
I forgot about a player. I fucked up. I should have
know
took
who
Chop.
I'm looking at right here? It's Twins Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Burton.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
that,
Okay.
Brandon
that's
Burton.
that's a
Twins
fan, that's a
Dallas
fantastic pick.
Cowboys.
That's a
Oh,
fantastic
there's an
pick.
I fucked up with my pick because I forgot about a player and he was on the board. That would have been the Vikings pick. Chop was it should have been the other. I think this guy would be off the board by now too. I fucked up. Mike has it. The Packers are probably really sitting pretty right now because there's a lot of players that the Packers are probably super excited that are on the board right now. I could see with all the players on the board right now that the Packers have talked to and probably they're probably like, you know what, we could probably trade down and collect a couple extra picks for later because there's a lot of players that the Packers like. I believe right here.
Mike, give it to them from the Packers
Yeah, I'm
Lightning.
gonna take Amarius Mims, the tackle from Georgia.
I'm okay with it.
He's exactly what the Packers like. He's got youth on his side. He's got incredible athletic ability. I mean, he screams Packers pick just based on
You need that you need someone to take the place for Spotify.
well,
Well,
But
he's no.
Rashid Walker is good,
oh, it's a lot. Yeah, that's right.
You're
That's right.
you're
but
taking. We need a right tackle. Well,
Mims is just he's like the Gary pick. He's just a ball of clay.
No, Mims is a perfect right tackle in the
and
potential.
the rumors are right now, and I sent it to my brother, is that the Packers say Zach Tom is an All-Pro right tackle or a Pro Bowler right tackle, an All-Pro guard, and they believe he's a Hall of Fame center. So I
no
could see.
Mims is just perfect for the Packers because there's going to be no pressure on him. Hey
No.
kid, we're gonna play you when you're ready to play, but we like everything that you're bringing in, and we're gonna make you what we want you to be. and he's
Yeah,
He's
and
just
that's
the
what I'm
ball
saying.
and clay.
You move him to right tackle, and then you move Tom in. All right, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have a lot of needs, and I know this isn't a huge one because they have they don't need it. That's the problem because they took a guy last year and they have one of the best defensive tackles. Fuck, this is hard. They got Mike Evans for another year. They got okay. Give me a. They traded away their corner. I'm gonna go ahead and take the corner here, add some depth here, and give me Kool-Aid McKinstry for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I think a lot of Buccaneers fans would be absolutely livid. In no way it was people would do I think that who is the influence fits that defense. But I also think who is the influence is a little overrated. But
I wanted to take another guy, but I just don't. They don't need him. There's a defender sitting right there that I'd love, and I don't think would be on the board right now. But they took a defensive tackle last year. They have one of the best defensive tackles, so I don't see how you fit this defensive guy into their system.
can somebody do it? They were naming somebody on that Arizona defensive line.
No, you can't. Not, so please take the guy I'm
Yeah,
talking about. Like,
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take my boy Johnny Newton here.
yeah, Johnny Newton. Thank you. I wanted to do that. I should have done that for the Vikings. That probably would have been a better pick. And then I wanted
By the
Mike to
way,
take Johnny.
the Bills would be so mad at this thing.
The Bills are happy because there's a lot
Yeah,
of
just
talent.
don't even just take him. He's right there on top of the list. Just put him in there. I don't even have to say his name.
Ryan
Just put
Thomas,
him over. Just put him over there.
The Bills are ecstatic that those wide receivers are.
Take that guy. Yep, that right there. Let the graphic get updated.
that guy,
Yep, that's the pick right there. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so
they need them. They need them.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
need weapons. They had nobody.
that would be the biggest home run hit of the first round if that actually occurred. If Brian Thomas fell to Buffalo at 28, it would be a fucking heist. Buffalo pulled off the biggest heist of the draft. I mean, based on all the time, it's possible. You're right, but like that would be incredible for Buffalo.
Yeah. So I got the Detroit Lions, the NFC North winners. They have, they're actually a pretty solid team. They want the dog in them. They're a tough team. I don't like. I think they can.
They want a dog that chews their leg off.
Yeah, exactly. So who's the guy that screams dog for them? They have some obviously glaring holes. They filled some of them over the years, but there's was one guy I think they don't really have a number two. They have a really good number one. If you really want to open that offense up more, you go get that number two, and you help Amon-Ra St. Brown get open a little bit more, and also get their tight end open. And I'm blanking out on his damn name right now. But give me Adrian Mitchell, Texas wide receiver, right here to the Detroit Lions, and just make that offense a little bit more scary.
What are you talking about? They got Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams is not a number two. He is a trick play guy. He doesn't stay healthy.
He's literally the same thing as Mitchell. Like they got two of the same now.
Mitchell is a taller wide receiver. No, two different wide receivers. Mitchell is not. No, you're thinking Xavier Worthy is freaking Williams.
Sure, but I mean, like, I don't know.
Mitchell's a tall wide receiver. The ball.
Mitchell.
Luxury at its finest.
Yeah, I really think that he'll like that Jackson Powers Johnson there.
I don't like Jackson Powers Johnson. I don't think Jackson Powers Johnson's a good center.
No, smoking crack.
And he's not a dog. That is the furthest player from a dog in this draft that you could possibly name. And he does not fit the Detroit Lions and what they do. He does not.
I wholeheartedly disagree with that.
He is far from a dog.
Wilson is the only one in the scouting world who thinks this.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm not saying he's a bad center, but he's not a nasty blocker.
They need one.
He's not a
been talking
nasty
about
blocker. The dude
we've
is
been
known
talking
for
about
not being
their
in.
center retiring for 3 years now.
Jackson Power Johnson is known for being in the open field and making blocks downfield, not at the line of scrimmage. The dude is never blocking when he's pass blocking. He's usually like,
Downfield. Don't they run the ball a lot? Oh Lord.
who are you picking for the Baltimore Ravens?
There's someone. You know what? They really. I'm looking at the offensive tackle position, and Winston has not panned out since they extended him.
Oh, Staley.
Staley and then and haven't panned out, so we're gonna get Tyler Knight in here.
Don't hate that. All right, Mike, with the
That will hit them
49ers.
all.
49. I think they'll Jordan Morgan, the tackle from Arizona, he can bump inside too if they need him to, but I feel like he fits their scheme perfect.
No. And we got the last hit here.
I got the Kansas City Chiefs, who are a little mad because all the wide receivers started flying off the board, and that's obviously their biggest glaring need right now. But go to the wide receivers really quickly. Let's see. Do we go with Ladd?
Ugh.
I don't like Xavier. God, there's a lot of wide receivers that I like right here. What's happened in Detroit? Troy Franklin had all that freaking love, and all of a sudden it seems like that love is fading quick.
His size.
Testing. Yeah, he'll be late two probably. That'd be my guess.
The size with the testing, yeah.
Late two.
Really small.
They need a big wide receiver. That's the thing. They have people who can take off the top. They got,
They had
more.
Rice and big.
Well, Rasheed Rice is probably going to jail. So they don't have they got more who could take off the top. Who's the other guy? Is MVS still there? I can't remember if they cut him or not.
I don't think he's there.
I
don't think he's anywhere. I don't think he's anywhere right now.
I'm just gonna go with it. He had a hell of a project. A lot of people like him. He takes the top off of defenses. He can be a one. He's a good route runner. He had a hell of a Senior Bowl, and I do think he could fall into the first round, and this is a need. Give me Ladd McConkey from Georgia.
And then black the guy like Ladd a couple years ago.
Sky Moore is what I was kept saying. Sky Moore, but Ladd is at least. The Kansas City Chiefs are a death wish when it comes to wide receivers. They really, besides Rasheed Rice, they really have struck out on a lot of wide receivers.
I really think that Keenan Holman could have been the pick there.
I like Keenan. I love Keenan. If it was me picking for myself, I take Keon Coleman. But I don't think Keon Coleman is, because of his testing and his everything, I don't see him going round one anymore. And I think Mike agrees. He's sitting there with the nasty face.
Well, I mean, that's just my natural state there. But I think Ladd can go in the first. I think he's so safe. He's like Bowers. He's so safe. Like there's no bust. He's gonna be a good player. Like Ladd is gonna be a security blanket for whatever quarterback he has. And that's you're practically drafting Cooper Kupp, pretty much. Like you're just you're getting a guy.
Yeah, and Kansas City needs that right now. They don't have a guy besides Travis Kelce, and we all know Travis is old. He's going to retire soon. They don't have anybody to replace him. They don't have anything else.
He should just be a house husband. I would sit at home just waiting for Taylor to come home.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need another Super Bowl unless he's just going for the stats now.
Right.
I mean, just to be the all-time and everything and all the stats leaders for tight end position.
And that could take a bit. That could take a couple of years.
Yeah, it would take a couple more years. But that was it. That was round one for us. Next week, we will we'll try. Are we going to try to do one before the draft, or are we just going to wait
We
until
can try it. We can try it. Definitely. I'm sure.
Yeah, but
It's not to work out a day for you.
yeah, true. Oh, Mike got off. Thank you for joining, Michael. He must
Thank
have
you
had to
for
go take
coming,
care of
Mike.
his.
Yeah, no,
must have-
he's busy.
he's busy with the kid. His son, the one who we just saw, has pink eyes, so Mike probably had
All
to run
right.
away. So he
That,
could
that was a good episode.
Yeah, that was a good episode. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. That was our Mocking with You podcast, round one mock of the NFL draft. That's happening next Thursday. We are less than 1 week away, guys. 1 week away from the NFL draft.
And I will say that we won't be hosting a live reaction show. I don't know if we'll be in hop on, but we're gonna host that on Thursday night at New England.
I'm gonna have to most likely use my internet puck here to stream whatever I'm watching. So the stream two things probably will be too much. I'll try. I can't promise anything. And I have to wait. Remember, the NFL draft starts 3:30 in the morning at my time, so I might not want to.
Yeah, you might not want to do that. No, that's what you do, but no.
Yeah.
Everyone have a blessed week, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Mocking You podcast. Yours truly, Lil B at Brunelli Sports and the Hater at Supercharged 33.